and I am very bored. So I need a craft to work on before I go to bed. So I thought that I would visit something that's been on my Pinterest boards for a minute. It's the spine smocking pattern that you've probably seen around the internet. So most of the tutorials for these spine smocking pattern that I've seen are super short form, like under 60 seconds, under 2 minutes. So I thought that I'd make a long tutorial and kind of break it down for anybody who can't stand short form tutorials. So this is the shirt that I'm going to be using. I got this thrifting over a month ago, actually, I think. And I just have not touched it because I haven't had time to do anything because I've been working on the insane Ren Fair dress that almost made me die. But now that that project is done, I have time, so this is the shirt. In all its glory, here's the shirt. I have not seen Duck Dynasty, but I know that it's iconic, and I think that it's funny to wear, but I'm probably gonna have to learn these guys' names. Probably gonna have to learn these guys' names if I'm gonna wear this in public, or I might get band t-shirted. Name 5 cast members. Name 1 duck. Can you even name 1 duck in the dynasty? Something like that. Okay, shut up. So basically, start by laying your shirt out as flat as you can get it. Grab the 2 corners of your shirt and mark right down the middle so that you can find the midline. I also grabbed the top of the shirt and I made sure to do this on the top so that both ends would line up more even. I definitely did a bad job making sure that the line was straight on the shirt, but it's fine. You won't be able to notice. So take a ruler and start marking your lines all the way down. I thought that I was only going to go halfway up the shirt, which is why I made the pattern so short in the beginning, but just follow my little sketch. You're going to need 7 lines, evenly spaced out, however far apart you want them. For this project, I did them 1 inch apart, the lines. You can do them bigger, you can do them smaller. I think that 1 inch, a pretty good distance, and it made it look pretty realistic and like noticeable, but you could tell what it was. That's what I'm trying to say. 1 inch is good. If you want it to look just like a spine, it'll work. Also, in case you are wondering, this is not Taylor's chalk. This is a washable Crayola crayon that I have had since I was about 4 years old. I don't recommend because I don't think that they actually do wash out, and I'm just gonna have to get Taylor's chalk at some point. So following my little sketch, you're now gonna go horizontally, 1 inch lines all the way up as far as your pattern goes. Now this is kind of the tricky part, but just follow this pattern exactly and it'll work out fine. Just mark out every single line right along this, mark out every diagonal yellow line from that sketch all the way down, and then just double check, make sure that all of the lines are right, because as long as you have the pattern sketched out, you won't have to worry. Now there might be an easier way to do this, but I made it really hard for myself. I just cut out probably like 2 or 3 inches, whatever, of string, put it on a needle, and then grabbed 1 corner where the pattern was, and then I went from the wrong side to the right side and back to the wrong side, just kind of like scooped up a little bit of the fabric. Then I went over to the other corner and I did the same thing, went like down and scooped up a little bit of the fabric. I'm struggling right here. And then pulled the one side of the thread through and then used both of the strands to tie it together and make just a tight little knot. On a lot of the tutorials that I saw, when they did the little V pattern that's in the middle, I saw that some of them left like extra length in the thread so that it was like looser. I didn't want to do that. I thought that was weird and it kind of looked hard to figure out, so
For the V-shape part of the pattern, I put the needle in each point of all 3 of the V's where you can see it intersects the line, and then I brought them all together so they were completely flush and tight. I didn't leave any space between them. I didn't leave... Most of the patterns that I saw, they left like a half a centimeter space between each, which if you can figure out, it might look good. I did not want to do that because I thought that it would be inconsistent and it would be hard to get it all to look the same. So this was easier, and I can attest that it did work and it did turn out fine. So you can just pull all 3 sections together fully tightly and it'll look fine. Alright, so here's what it looked like after I got 2 rows of the pattern done. You can already see it's starting to form. There's not much else to say about this pattern. Once you get it kind of figured out, it's pretty easy. You just gotta keep going. It takes a minute. It's definitely a pretty tedious process, but repetitive tasks are kind of fun. So if you're looking for a super repetitive task, this is it. So this craft got delayed because I went to the BTS concert in Las Vegas. And I did not bring my craft stuff with me, but it's too good. Yes, amazing. Good. But I definitely could have finished this in 2 days if I tried really hard. But this is a craft that you could absolutely do in probably about 4 hours. I've finished the smocking part of the craft now, and I just need to move on to altering the top so that it can fit the way I want. But yeah, if I hadn't gone to a concert, I definitely could have finished this in probably a day, a couple hours if I really put my mind to it. Alright, I messed up so bad on this part of the project, and I am only including it to show you guys exactly what not to do. I don't know why I folded the tank top in half to measure it. Do not do that. Just lay it out flat. Also, do not grab a ruler and then roll it across your body to make sure that it fits. That only use a tape measure. Because I sewed it so weird, it was way too small and I had to cut the sides open and then put in weird side panels. I didn't get much footage of that because it was just so stressful, but if you do it right the first time, you won't have to deal with that like I did. So measure 20 times. Make sure you measure your full abdomen up and down. Measure the shirt up and down. Know exactly how wide you're gonna want it to be before you start sewing. And here's how the shirt turned out. I still can't decide if I want to chop the collar and make it kind of a slouchy off the shoulder thing. For now, I'm so happy with it. I think it is so cute, and everyone who sees it asks me how I made it or where I got it. I tried really hard to film an outro for this video and could just not figure out how to do that, but if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you also make this, and if you do, please show me. Please show me. I want to see it so bad. Okay, bye.